Hello, people, and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's
Now pay
Stone.
attention,
I am
Potter.
your host, Stanley.
To mix a Wiggenweld potion,
And,
first activate the cauldron.
Best character speaking.
Then you have to press the 3 symbols indicated until the cauldron fills. If you manage to fill your cauldron, which I doubt, you'll be able to activate the cauldron to retrieve the potion. Your turn, Potter.
The best teacher always talks down to all of his students. So, yeah,
I mean,
this is more timing minigame stuff. I mean, it's pretty weird.
One pint of
It looks simple,
2 drops
but
of flour.
really, you gotta do
7
it
of
in
chips. Chipped what?
Billywig slimes, ring of mint, because you can't. You need.
Stewed
We're making a
mandrake.
good. We're making
Honey
a good
water.
juice here, man.
Slav
When you do
brain
lattes,
mucus.
man, you gotta put a lot of effort into these things.
Herbs and honey lattes, thank you very much.
Good enough. Only a fool would expect better.
Ah.
Potter, I've never seen such pathetic work. Go fetch the jar of fireflies from the adjoining room.
Oh, Snape, you're so good. Like, whoever voiced him for this had a lot of fun.
By the way, what do you guys all think of my Nico impression? I've been working on it.
It's terrible.
Hadouken! Well, Potter's fucking dead. Jesus.
Well, now this game actually changes and we are in control of Hermione and Ron trying to find out who was behind the murder of Harry Potter. It becomes a murder mystery.
Oh, hey,
Now, of
Nico,
course,
what
I
did you do?
survive. And now, you remember that piece of flavor text about those little puffy things making trolls sneeze? You actually have to use it to defeat them because you can't actually damage them normally. And here, I get very unlucky with how it works. This is like the worst area where they could have shown it off. Because you have to be so spot on, and they actually there isn't actually a spot on this plane where he won't notice you.
Sheesh. Nope.
Yeah, like this is a bad area to show this thing off.
Rogue.
The Froge. Yeah, like when I'm here, it's too far away. When I'm here, it's too close.
The only solution is to not be anywhere.
Or
now.
time it correctly, like that. It never
Oh my
ever.
god, they sneeze so hard they die.
They sneeze so hard, they jump on top of the grating, and then they just fall in them.
And drop beans.
Of course, I mean, how else would they be able to die? Those moths are so creepy.
Harry, it's me, Raymond. Can you see my kitten? I hear her down
How did you
there
know I was down
meowing.
here?
You can actually completely ignore him, if I recall correctly.
That cat should be dead by now.
Yeah, after all these days. Although there are rats in this place. So I guess that makes sense. Die.
Nintendo.
That bean was way bigger than the rat itself.
It's magic, bitch.
Flipendo. Flipendo.
They actually do this slightly differently in the second game on the PS1. They actually don't have rats die. They just have them be bigger, but like when you actually hit them, they become smaller and drop a bean.
Kitty.
Yeah. The kitty has to follow you, and it has a pretty terrible, like, follow me mechanic. Like, you know,
Mm.
it has a hard time figuring out the walls. So you have to wait for it from time to time. Like, for example, here I was actually just kind of checking how much is how far will this cat go on its own? Not very. And he got stuck on a wall.
As all little pets that follow people typically do.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this cat is friends with Derpy.
Probably, consider... Well, he hasn't started twirling around randomly. And now we have to set it on fire.
Leviosa.
Wrong spell.
Such is the fate of all felines.
Thanks, Harry. Here's a famous witches and wizards card for you.
Yep, this was totally optional.
Mm-hmm.
We could have left it to die.
If we want to be needlessly cruel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Edgar Struger.
I'm not getting 100% completion anyway. And those frogs are still there, not picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar Struger, 1703 to 1798. Inventor of the sneakoscope.
I know, right? It's like, I would like to know more, thank you.
Oh.
Well, those ominous snoring doors have a lock on them. We don't have to worry about those.
This is Alice in Wonderland, right?
Close enough.
So you can get that bean you missed.
No, actually, it's for something else.
Cauldron room.
It's so we can get on those things when they elevate eventually. I didn't actually miss that bean, I already got it. Yeah, I was wondering. Here I was wondering if this will maybe ride there, because you know, some things do, but it doesn't. And I get full damage.
I wonder why they call it the cauldron room.
Gee, I don't know, it's probably because of all of the moths.
Yeah, probably.
Flipendo.
Yeah,
You can
Smash
make them
them,
sit
they
still
s-
for a second.
yes. And in this place I also eventually figure out how to do the how to cancel a lock on, because I never had to use it before. You know, usually when I don't want to be locked onto something anymore, it's dead by that point.
Right. Cease moving.
Flipendo.
The lock-on mechanic in this is, by the way, actually pretty good. It has two missed it.
And so Potter dies.
In a pit of acid as the flesh melts off of his bones.
Yeah. Hogwarts.
I mean, There was a 7 in 5 chance that was gonna happen, you know. Can't.
Like there.
Like there. No, yeah. There is a 7 in 5 chance that your child is not going to live till till they graduate Hogwarts.
Flipendo!
Thankfully, all of the later games make it so that that your spell actually arcs in the air to hit the target, as opposed to just hitting in a straight line.
Yeah.
Flipendo!
Ah, grabbed it this time.
Oh.
Only the flesh off of my legs is melted now.
That's not that bad.
I can probably live with it. It will grow back, right?
Yeah.
Flipendo!
And this doesn't look like I can make this jump. But I can.
Oh. They give you 2 frogs for your trouble.
Well, and a whole bunch of beans. And now we get to go there.
You pull the
Now
lever. 5 points for Gryffindor.
5 points to Gryffindor. My question is, how are they keeping track of all of that?
They just have a wizard spying on you throughout the entire game.
And they never help you,
No,
because that's not their job.
they're right behind you all the time, which is why you never notice them.
This is where the camera perspective comes from. And they do something really cool here. Because, like, you know how you always shout your spells at the top of your lungs?
Uh-huh.
Well, they actually thought of that.
Gotta be stealthy.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes, they actually have...
That's awesome.
Yeah, they actually have a special version of this voice clip just for this location, so you don't wake them up.
That's great.
It's only ever used like one more time, if I recall correctly.
It reminds me of in King's Quest V when you're sneaking through the bandit camp and one of the guards is sleeping. The narrator, whenever you examine something, the narrator whispers.
Aww. Yeah, I always like it when they put attention to such silly little details.
Yeah.
That face on those doors.
It is disapproving. Watching you, judging you.
Thankfully, this location is way easier to manage when it comes to defeating those trolls. Like, this is actually a proper location to deal with them, because, you know, you've got a lot of place to maneuver. And yeah, they do actually need to be on top of the thing.
Oh. I thought they would just go flying onto it.
No, no. But there is quite a lot of, like, you don't have to be super spot on. I love all of the little bugs that always, that are always everywhere in this castle.
You would.
I mean, it adds a lot of life to an otherwise just a dingy place. Because everything is moving or clipping, you know.
Or frogs.
And all of the little dust bunnies in the air. Those also add to the atmosphere of being in a really ancient castle.
This place is super spooky.